Well, hello everybody and welcome to G-Bear's Homesteading the Desert. Here we are on New Year's Eve day, 11:13 in the morning, going on 24 hours of wind. And you can see it's been gusting up to 21 miles an hour now this morning. When I first got up at about 8:30, it had dropped down to about 7 miles per hour. And I thought I was going to be able to get outside and do some videotaping. But I got out there and then all of a sudden the winds picked up again. Good news is, as we look out windows, the only thing I see is some plastic bags in the bushes over there, an empty cashew can on the ground over there. Not much really blown around. And we come over this way and look out this window, and you can see over in the mountains over there, everything is overcast. And this whole area is overcast, but it's not showing up anywhere on the radar. And looks like I've got somebody camping down there, and they must have just pulled in because I looked a little while ago and they weren't there. Oh, they're on the other side of the highway, so no big deal. Anyway, yeah, not much blew around, just a few things here and there. No damage except for that tarp. I'm not going to go out there to show you the tarp. It is completely destroyed. My tomatoes underneath the grow lamp again here are looking really good. And a few other things here. Little sprouts coming up here in my lettuce. I think I also put cilantro next to the lettuce on the back end, so I think it's the cilantro that's coming up, not the lettuce. Too cold here. Here's a celery stalk from some celery I had, and I got all the best pieces off and it was starting to wilt, so I stuck it in here, and I'll break off these larger pieces here in a little while, let them set first. It uses the energy from those branches to help set root, but you can see I'm starting to get some growth on it. So I'll grow that into another stalk of celery. My peas, are not real happy with the weather. I had them outside and I didn't get them in before the real cold came. Now, over there it says igloo lettuce in there, but I think that was another one where the lettuce wasn't coming up, so I stuck some cilantro in there. Anyway, that's where we're standing right now. These are the first two tomato plants that I got to actually sprout out of all of the seeds that I planted. I put some more in here on the early girls after I planted that one, so that these will be a later start than those. So when that one is done, and these are indeterminates, so when that one is done with its cycling, these will be just starting, and I'll probably end up putting these outside in the springtime if we ever see a spring around here. It's really pretty cold. All right, we're still at 11 to 22 there. I'm going to come out here and look out the kitchen window, and yeah, the mountains over there were completely socked in earlier. I mean, locked right down on the mountains, and it looked like it was snowing over in that area right there earlier, but it's starting to break up a little bit now. It's definitely cold, so I see some new snow on the mountains. It's down a little lower than it was before. I think you can see that, and that little area right there is a ski run up on the mountain. You can't see anybody skiing from here, but that is a ski run. All right, so we're all hunkered down here. I'm going to spend my time inside the cabin cleaning things and putting things together. I also ran in because today I get to use my 25% coupon. So I got my Harbor Freight metal detector, the 9 function. And this seems to be a pretty neat little unit for the price. 25% off coupon. Brought it down into the 30s from the $49.99 that it was selling at. So I got to calibrate it, and I was going through the book here on calibration. So I got my stuff here to calibrate with. I got my steel nail, I got some gold, I got a silver coin, I got a nickel, and I got a zinc coin. These are not copper anymore, they're zinc. So according to this thing, the aluminum and silver will pick up on the same setting, and the gold and nickel pick up on the same setting. So there's some calibration that has to be done to this thing, and then you can use the discrimination. I'm going to set the discriminator for gold and silver. Everything else, really no need to dig it. If I've bored and I got nothing else to do, I'll dig it anyway, throw it into a bucket, and classify it later, and so forth. All right, another thing I picked up while I was at Harbor Freight was the pack of these bottles. They come 3 in a pack, and what I did was I modified this because I couldn't find my original one. And you see the little piece of tubing, plastic tubing sticking out of there, and it goes inside and comes down, probably an inch inside the bottle. Now what this is for is a swash bottle, and when you're panning for gold and you got little flakes and stuff like this in your gold pan, you can use this to squeeze the bottle and pick them up. It'll suck them in there, and they can't fall back out the tube, because once it comes up, it drops to the side of the tube and it'll stay in the cap area there. Also, you can suck water into this bottle, and when you're down to the fines in your gold pan, you can use this to wash the sands away, so that you can separate the little gold flakes out from the sand, so you don't pick those up also at the same time. Then you squeeze this and again and pick up those little pieces and throw them in here. I don't have anything here right now that I could show you how to do that with, but yeah, these are some gold samples that I have in my collection. I'm not going to tell you where I got them, so don't ask. But anyway, yeah, these are real finds right there. These are slightly heavier pieces here. That's a nice little nugget right there. And of course, that's just a nail. But I got to set it for iron, silver, nickel, zinc, and gold. And then I'll be all set once I get all of those discriminators into the unit. So this is another thing that you want to add to your kit. I'm still looking for all of my stuff. I can't find all my classifiers, so I picked up a plastic mixing bowl at the thrift store for 75 cents, and I'll cut the bottom out of that, and I'll put a number 8 screen in the bottom. And what number 8 means is there's 8 holes per square inch. So if it's a larger unit and there's only four holes to a square inch, that would be a number 4. So that's how you classify your screens. I've got them down to like 12s, a number 12 screen and all of that. But I had a high rocker at one time, which is a group of classifiers in a group, starting with the heaviest going down to the finest, and you would rock the handle back and forth, and it would shake all of those units. So you put your diggings in the top and then shake it. The larger pieces stay on top, medium pieces go in the middle, smaller pieces go in the third one down, and then the smallest of everything goes right into your pan, so that you can pan those out. And I had one of those. I had a real classy roommate who apparently stole it. I can't prove he did, but he was always interested in it, so I'm pretty sure he's the one that took it. Long gone. Never see him again. Never see my high rocker again. And I got to get my rock crusher together, because I've got a lot of nice rock samples out here that I got to get crushed up and then panned out and maybe fill a few more of these vials. That's all for right now, everybody. I'm going to get some things done. My table's a mess here, so I'm going to try to get things cleaned up. Yeah, my puzzles here, I like to do that to keep my mind sharp. Anyway, I want to get things cleaned up here a little bit and reorganize, and then maybe I'll even do some baking today and maybe make a cake or something like that for a dessert tonight. I made some chicken noodle soup last night. It was delicious, but I got some left over for tonight, so I'll have that with a little bit of dessert. And by baking in here, it'll help keep this place warm, because right now it's 44 degrees outside, but it's still 69 in here. And no, I don't have the heater running. That's just the temperature in the cabin right now. I'm well insulated. My friend Andy calls it my Yeti cabin, like the Yeti coolers out there. Anyway, that's all, everybody. Have a great New Year's. Happy New Year to all my family, friends, and followers. Not necessarily in that order. And we'll be talking soon. Don't forget, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up down there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And send this on to others. Let them know what's going on out here. I'm glad to answer any comments, questions, so forth, so on. G-Bear, signing.